3. The real goal of life?
This movement is especially meant to enable a human being to reach the real goal of life.
The real goal.
The real goal of life.
Is the real goal of life to know God?
Yes. To go back home, back to Godhead. That is the real goal of life. The water that comes from the sea forms clouds, the clouds fall down as rain, and the actual goal is to flow down the river and again enter the sea. So, we have come from God, and now we are embarrassed by material life. Therefore, our aim should be to get out of this embarrassing situation and go back home, back to Godhead. This is the real goal of life. Mam upati punarjanmata kalaya misasvatam napnuvanti mahatmanasam zaidhim paramam gada. After attaining me, the great souls, who are yogas and devotion, never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection. That is the version of Bhagavad Gita. If anyone comes to me Mam upatya, he does not come back again. Where? To this place Dakalaya misasvatam. This place is the abode of miseries. Everyone knows, but they have been befooled by so-called leaders. Material life is miserable life. Krishna says, God says, that this place is Dakalayam, it is a place of miseries. And it is also a sasvatam, temporary. You cannot make a compromise. Alright, let it be miserable. I shall remain here as an American or Indian. No. That also you cannot do. You cannot remain an American. You may think that, having been born in America, you are very happy. But you cannot remain an American for long. You will have to be kicked out of that place. And your next life you do not know. Therefore, it is Dakalaya misasvatam, miserable and temporary. That is our philosophy.
But when you have some knowledge of God, then life is not so miserable?
No, some knowledge will not do. You must have perfect knowledge. Janma karma kumudivamavam yoveti tadvitat means perfectly. Perfect knowledge is being taught in Bhagavad Gita. So, we are giving everyone in human society a chance to learn Bhagavad Gita as it is and make his life perfect. That is the Krishna consciousness movement. What does your science say about the transmigration of the soul?
I think that science cannot deny or affirm it. Science does not know it.
Therefore I say that science is imperfect.
Science may, though, say something. It is said in science that energy is never destroyed. It is changed.
That's all right. But how the energy is working in the future, that science does not know. How is the energy diverted? How, by different manipulations, is the energy working differently? For instance, electrical energy. By different handling it is operating the heats, and it is operating the refrigerator. They are just the opposite, but the electrical energy is the same. Similarly, this energy, living energy, how is it being directed? Which way is it going? How is it fructifying in the next life? That they do not know. But in Bhagavad Gita it is very simply stated. Vasamzijernani yathaviha, you are covered by a dress, by a shirt. When this shirt is unusable, you change it. Similarly, this body is just like a shirt and coat. When it is no longer workable, we have to change it.
What is the we that has to change? What is constant?
That is the soul.
From one life to the next?
That is the soul. I what you is speaking? You. What I is speaking? Identity, Atma, or soul.
My soul is different from your soul?
Yes. You are an individual soul, I am an individual soul.
You have removed yourself from karmic influences. If I was to remove myself from karmic influences, would our souls be the same or different?
The soul is of the same quality in all. You are under a certain conception of life at the present moment, and these countrymen of yours, the Krishna-conscious devotees, were under a certain conception of life, but by training they have taken to another conception of life. So the ultimate training is how to become Krishna-conscious. That is the perfection.
If two people are Krishna-conscious, is their soul the same?
The soul is always the same.
In each person? In each person is it the same?
Yes.
Pointing to two devotees, if these two are Krishna-conscious, are their souls the same?
The soul is the same but always individual, even if one is not Krishna-conscious. For instance, you are a human being, and I am a human being. Even if I am not a Christian, even if you are not a Hindu, still we are human beings. Similarly, the soul may not be Krishna-conscious, or he may be Krishna-conscious, it doesn't matter. But the soul is the soul.
Can you tell me more about this?
Soul, as pure spirit, All souls are equal, even in an animal. Therefore it is said, Pantadasamadarsina, those who are actually learned do not see the outward covering, either in a human being or in an animal.
If I may ask another question on this?
Yes.
I have considered the soul somewhat as part of God. At times I think I feel God. I'm here, and you may say God is here. So if the soul is inside me, then should I be able to feel God inside me? Not all of God, I mean, but a
Part of God.
But I don't feel God in me, but God may be here, separate from me. But should I be able to feel God inside me, since my soul is part of God?
Yes. God is inside also. God is everywhere. God is inside and outside also. This is to be known.
How do you feel God inside you?
Not in the beginning, but you have to know from the sastras, scriptures, by the Vedic information. For example, in the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Isvar sarva bhutana machardhitas rajunatastati, God is there in everyone's heart. Paramanukayantarsthim, God is also within every atom. So this is the first information. And then, by the yogic process, you have to realize it.
Yogic process.
Yes.
Is chanting Hare Krishna such a yogic process?
Yes, it is also a yogic process.
What kind of yogic process must I do to find out, to feel this information, to feel the soul inside?
Yes, there are many different yogic processes, but for this age this process is very nice.
Chanting.
Yes.
Through this I can feel not only God outside but God inside.
You'll understand everything of God, how God is inside, how God is outside, how God is working. Everything will be revealed. By this attitude of service, God will reveal himself. You cannot understand God by your endeavor. Only if God reveals himself. For instance, when the sun is out of your sight at night, you cannot see it by your torch light, or any light. But in the morning you can see the sun automatically, without any torch light. Similarly, you have to create a situation, you have to put yourself in a situation, in which God will be revealed. It is not that by some method you can ask God, please come. I will see you. No, God is not your order carrier.
You must please God for him to reveal himself. Is that correct?
Yes.
How do we know when we are pleasing God?
When we see him, then you will understand. Just as, when you eat, you do not require to ask anyone whether you are feeling strength or your hunger is satisfied. If you eat, you understand that you are feeling energy. You don't need to inquire from anyone. Similarly, if you actually serve God, then you will understand, God is dictating to me. God is there. I am seeing God.
Yes.
It comes easier.
You have to go through God's representative.
You have to go through God's representative. Yasya prasadid bhagavat prasada ***. By the mercy of the spiritual master one is benedicted by the mercy of Krishna. If you please God's representative, then automatically God becomes pleased, and thus you can directly see him. You have to carry out his orders, that's all. God's representative is the Guru. He asks you to do this, to do that. If you do that, that is pleasing. Yasu prasadam nagati kurapai. Without the grace of the spiritual master one cannot make any advancement. If you displease him, then you are nowhere. Therefore we worship the Guru. Saksad Dashtaritvanassamasta Sastrartas Tathapavyara Eva Sadpakinta Prabhoryapriya Avatas Uvant Gurus Rakarnarvandam ***. The spiritual master is to be honored as much as the Supreme Lord because of his being the most confidential servitor of the Lord. This is acknowledged by all revealed scriptures and is followed by all authorities. Therefore I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of such a spiritual master, who is a bona fide representative of Lord Krishna. The Guru should be accepted as God. That is the injunction of all Sastra.
The Guru should be accepted as a representative of God?
Yes, the Guru is God's representative. The Guru is the external manifestation of Krishna.
But different from the incarnations of Krishna that come?
Yes.
In what way is the external manifestation of the Guru different from the external manifestation of, let us say, Krishna or Chaitanya when they come to earth?
The Guru is the representative of Krishna. So there are symptoms of who is a Guru. The general symptoms are described in the Vdas. Tad-vij, e1/2. Anartham sa gurum avabhagakitsam pani rotrium brahmanasthama. Guru must come in a disciplic succession, and he must have heard thoroughly about the Vdas from his spiritual master. Generally, a guru's symptom is that he is a perfect devotee, that's all. And he serves Krishna by preaching his message.
Lord Chaitanya, he was a different type of guru than you are?
No. Gurus cannot be of different types. All gurus are of one type.
But he was. Was he also an incarnation at the same time?
Yes, he is Krishna himself, but he is representing the guru.
I see.
Yes.
And then?
Because Krishna was God, he demanded, Sarvadharman Pratyajyama Mekam Saranam Vraja, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. But people misunderstood him. Therefore Krishna again came as a guru and taught people how to surrender to Krishna. Yes, he is the original spiritual master, because he was accepted as spiritual master by Arjuna. So what is the difficulty? Sisyas te ham sati mamdvam prapanam. Arjuna told the Lord, I am your disciple, and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. So unless he is a spiritual master, how does Arjuna become his disciple? He is the original guru. Ten Brahma Hridaya Adi Kave, it is the only who first imparted Vedic knowledge into the heart of Brahma, the first created being. Therefore he is the original guru.
Krishna.
Yes. He is the original guru. Then his disciple Brahma is a guru, then his disciple Narada is a guru, then his disciple Vyasa is a guru. In this way there is a guru parampara, disciplic succession of gurus. Evam parampara praptam, the transcendental knowledge is received through the disciplic succession.
So a guru receives his knowledge through the disciplic succession, not directly from Krishna? Do you receive some knowledge directly from Krishna?
Yes. Krishna's direct instruction is there, Bhagavad Gita.
I see, but
you have to learn it through the disciplic succession, otherwise you will misunderstand it.
But presently you do not receive information directly from Krishna? It comes through the disciplic succession from the books?
There is no difference. Suppose I say that this is a pencil. If you say to him, there is a pencil, and if he says to another man, this is a pencil, then what is the difference between his instruction and my instructions?
Krishna's mercy allows you to know this now?
You can take Krishna's mercy also, provided it is delivered as it is. Just as we are teaching Bhagavad Gita, and Bhagavad Gita Krishna says, Sarvadharman Pratyajyama Mekam Saranam Vraja, just give up all other forms of religion and simply surrender unto me. Now we are saying that you should give up everything and surrender to Krishna. Therefore, there is no difference between Krishna's instruction and our instruction. There is no deviation. So if you receive knowledge in that perfect way, that is as good as receiving instruction directly from Krishna. But we don't change anything.
When I pray reverently, faithfully, does Krishna hear me?
Yes.
From me to him?
Yes, because he is within your heat, he is always hearing you, whether you are praying or not praying. When you are doing some nonsense, he is also hearing you. And when you pray, that is very good, welcome.
To Krishna's ear, is praying louder than nonsense?
No. He is all perfect. He can hear everything. Even if you don't speak, even if you simply think, I shall do it, then he hears you. Sarvasyakaham Hurti Sanivista, Krishna is seated in everyone's heart.
But one should pray, is that so?
That is his business, praying.
Whose business?
Every living entity's. That is the only business. Eko Bhanam Yovi Dadadi Kaman. That is the statement of the days.
What does that mean?
He supplies everything to everyone. He is supplying food to everyone. So he is the Father. So why should you not pray, Father, give me this? Just as in the Christian Bible there is, Father, give us our daily bread. That is good. They are accepting the Supreme Father. But grown-up children should not ask from the Father. Rather, they should be prepared to serve the Father. That is bhakti, devotion.
My questions you solved so nicely. Everyone laughs with affection.
Thank you very much.
So, should I ask you another question now?
Oh, yes.
Yes!